Sup dudes, how's it going? My name is Nikjojo, and today we're going to be kicking off a new series where I spectate and I attempt to analyze and learn something from the best Gangplank players from across the world. And for today's episode, we have the best Gangplank player in North Korea. And for today's episode, we have the best Gangplank player from Korea. A lot of you may know him in the Gangplank community as MangKi or MangKi. He has about 3 or 4 accounts that he plays on, and for all of these accounts, he is the top Gangplank in his region. I see him on the top list for the Gangplank players in his region. He's 546 LP challenger. That is pretty damn high. He's a respected top laner in Korea, and he is a masterful Gangplank player. We want to look at how he plays Gangplank. What does he employ? What secret tools and what cheesy strats does he have hidden up his sleeve that we can all, steal from him, use it for ourselves, use it in our games? Generally, what can we learn from spectating his game? So for today's game, we're going to be spectating a game that he played about 6 days ago. Gangplank versus Fiora in the top lane. He had an Ivern in jungle, they had a Lee Sin jungle. As for the game, here's a quick overview. This is the OPGG page. Generally, this is at Master ELO right now. He's playing on a Smurf. But interestingly, his runes. Let's go over his runes. Now, to save you all the trouble from having to click through all of these manually, I've found out that generally, if he's against AD opponents, he takes armor, without a doubt. If he's against AP opponents, he takes magic resist. He takes magic resist blues, flat magic resist blues, and health per level yellows, if he's against AP opponents. Now, the one interesting thing is that compared to North American and European Gangplank players, they usually take 10% cooldown reduction in their runes. They usually go for 7.5% in blues and 2.5% cooldown reduction in quints, giving you 10% cooldown reduction at level 1. MangKi and other Korean Gangplank players, and as well as a few other Gangplank players, well-known Gangplank players from around the world, don't take 10% cooldown reduction in their runes. They instead use runes that give them a stronger presence in the laning phase. So, because 10% cooldown reduction doesn't really do him much wonders when he isn't really one to farm up with his Q, because what we can expect going into spectating his game today is that we expect him to play an aggressive playstyle, because as most Korean Gangplanks play, or as most Korean players I've seen play, they're really aggressive in their early parts of the game. This is what he's following right now as a standard mastery page for Gangplank players. And enough rambling right now, let's just get right into the game. Okay, so he's gone for the corrupting pot start. The corrupting pot start... Now this is interesting because most Gangplank players, what they do is they take the corrupting pot with the grasp of the undying. Because going corrupting, it's generally more aggressive. When you go grasp of the undying, you expect to dominate your lane opponent in like the early stages of the game and laning phase. That's what grasp of the undying Gangplank is. But overall, I don't think, while grasp of the undying is for early game Gangplank, it really doesn't do you any favors in mid to late game. So he's gone for Thunderlord's Decree, so he's going to scale well mid to late, but he's also gone corrupting pot, so he's going half and half. He wants a little bit of a dominant laning phase with corrupting pot, but he doesn't want to all out have a dominating laning phase and going for grasp of the undying, because that really gives up your mid to late game. Plus, if you know how to utilize the Thunderlord's Decree 1-2-3 combo, 1-3 combo Thunderlord's Decree proc, it makes it, in my opinion, Thunderlord's Decree on par with grasp of the undying. Auto attacks the first minion. You get a slow push. Okay, he shouldn't have auto attacked the minion right there, but I think his timing was slightly off. I assume what he wants to do is use every single one of his Qs on the Fiora. Like that did a really good amount of damage. He's already popped a corrupting pot, which is great. Because the burn from corrupting pot, because I play a lot of Aurelion Soul too, and Aurelion Soul also runs corrupting potion. But level 1, level 2, the corrupting potion damage, simply from auto attacks, does an incredible amount of damage. So you saw 2 Qs already put the Fiora to half health. Sadly, we can't see what items the Fiora is running. This huge ass logo is in the way. Good combo. Drop a barrel on top of your melee minions, completely zoning out the Fiora. That's good. And now he's just going for the last hits. No auto attack, no useless auto attacks on the minions. Just going for the straight up last hits on the minion. So he's gonna build a really big wave and it's gonna slow push towards Fiora. And he's gonna have a slight level advantage on top of her. He's gotta watch out for a Lee Sin gank. That's what I'm afraid of right now. There we go. Notice another barrel on top of the melee creeps. Even though it fails, he's just trying to get his point across that he's the badass Gangplank player. But that's how you're supposed to, if you're going for a dominant laning phase, just put your barrels on top of your melee minions. Zone out the enemy. We can assume Lee Sin's here. Yep, Lee Sin's here. 1, 2, 3. Killed her. Good combo. Goes for 1. Gets first blood. Okay. Electing for the aggressive flash. I assume he knew that Lee Sin was gonna gank, and he didn't care. Because he obviously didn't ward the lane. Now this is an aggressive teleport. I don't know if this is a good idea. Yeah, Fiora's gonna go all in him. Okay, he's got a barrel back there. He misses it. Okay, that's a big no-no. Wow, okay, that was a good combo. That was very, very good there. I don't know if you guys want to manually rewind it, but if you notice, he faked his auto attack. Because usually what, like pre-level 7 Gangplanks, you know, every time you drop a barrel, you gotta auto attack it once, you know, because it ticks down really, really slow. So you E and then auto attack immediately. But he faked that auto attack, so it looked like he auto attacked. So the Fiora thought it would be a good time to auto attack the barrel to, you know, to destroy the barrel, but I think she got confused. So she auto attacked the barrel for him. He auto attacks the barrel and then blows her up with a Q. That was very, very good. Watch that. I think that's a good replay for slow motion. Let's watch that actually. Let's replay that back. I don't know what he's saying in Korean, but he's probably talking about the same thing. Notice how he E and then fakes the auto attack as soon as... Yeah, there we go. That was beautiful. I admit, I don't know if that's skill or luck, but I'm gonna say it's skill. He is the best Gangplank Korea, after all. What does he elect for? Control ward? Always back with the control ward, dudes. And Sheen. First by Sheen, pretty standard, Ruby Crystal standard. Stinger is usually a no-no. I expect that he won't build into a Stinger. He'll want to let the enemy push into the wave. See, with top lane, half of top lane is about... Half of top lane is about managing the minion waves and playing with minion waves. So you could have like a gold or platinum Gangplank player with amazing Gangplank mechanics that can pull off great one-part combos. But in the end, it's just about, you know, playing the game itself and understanding wave management in the top lane that usually just ends up netting you more wins and getting you to challenger in the end.
아 나이스. 잡을만한데?
Ah, she misplayed. Level 5 versus level 7. Yeah.
잡았다.
The Q damage her ass.
잡을만 하지.
A lot of passive Gangplank players, what they do is they'd elect using the Q to farm up. They'd farm up from the distance, but no. Korean Gangplank players are usually badass Gangplank players. Like the OG pre-rework Gangplank used to be a lane bully as well. Constantly queuing the enemy. Every time your Q is up, just queue the enemy. Don't really use it for CSing. He doesn't bother to finish his phage, as you can see. He went for a Ninja Tabby. That's something I do as well. Ninja Tabby is a very strong item. If you're against an 80 top laner, or even better against a top laner who's running fervor, it's literally a no-brainer to just finish a Ninja Tabby ASAP. On top of the more movement speed, enabling you to be a bit more aggressive. And defensive as well, because you have no escape as Gangplank. He's gonna let the wave push into him right here. Makes sense. He's not. I don't think he's gonna fight her in this huge wave. No, he's not. Doesn't make sense.
큐 들어올 때 이걸 까야 되는데.
He could set up for a good freeze. I failed one part. As you can see here, even the best Gangplank player, arguably the best Gangplank player in the world, still makes mistakes. And it's fine, because it's not just about mechanics. The game's bigger than that. It's about knowing your limits. You might not want to blow up that barrel. Unlucky. She's gone. What was that? Flash Fiora? NA Fiora, baby.
레오나 그러지 마라. 상대방 약 올리는 거 아니야. 레온 인성 봐. 이렇게 약 올려야지.
Fiora has her teleport too, I'm assuming, so he's just gonna push it in. Yep, there we go. We see the teleport.
도 없으면서 이게 공 없잖아 이거.
He doesn't want it to freeze here. He's trying to break the freeze. Like I mentioned earlier, top lane is a lot about wave management. He doesn't want to back yet, but mainly because he doesn't have to. Firstly. And secondly, he wants to break the freeze from this side, so he just wants to push in the wave right now.
조금 위험한데.
Yep, never Q farming. So his silver serpents are going to be very low. Okay, he's going very aggressive. Is he baiting here? I think he is.
들어왔으면 이겼는데.
He's too low. But what happened is, what he managed to pull off was he managed to manipulate the wave to push back into him. Yeah, her wave is bigger than his, so it's going to push back into him. Does he even need to teleport? Let's see.
먹지마.
Okay.
뭐야? 마우스 씨발 안 움직였어.
Those barrel combos, man. It's not about just the gameplay mechanics. It's about how you play the game.
아니 마우스가 이게 그
I wish we could see the map. I think the reason why I went for that aggressive teleport right there is because, well, I can't really see the Fiora's items, so this is annoying, but I think the reason why he went for the teleport earlier is so that he already knew he could establish dominance from teleporting straight in over the enemy opponent.
이게 그러니까 마우스가 그 뭐라 해야 되지? 왜 안 돌아갔냐면 이거 이따 캠으로 보여줄게 왜 안 돌아갔는지. 내가 이걸 키보드에 딱 붙여서 하거든. 저 가끔씩 왼쪽으로 이게 잘 안 돼.
He's gonna leave the push to him. Okay.
아 죄송해요.
This guy is such a troll with the mastery emote BM. Dude.
오지게 했죠? 나 거리 조절 장인이야.
This barrel mechanics. This is interesting because while he has 3 or 4 accounts, I think he has 2 accounts in Challenger. Oh, that's a nice barrel. If you're ever unsure about the top brush right there, I think especially in higher ELOs, if you're unsure about the top brush there, it's just a good idea to just drop an E in the brush. I think MangKi right now is proving a point. You don't really need to have the best mechanics on the champion. It's about knowing when to go in and how to manipulate the wave. I mean, to be honest, you guys can probably see it for yourself. His mechanics themselves are not... The Gangplank specific mechanics themselves are nothing that incredible, you know. When you say best Gangplank Korea, you wouldn't think about mechanics like this, would you? But he's still a masterful player. He knows when to go in. But overall, what we can take from MangKi playing right now is use your Q to harass, and basically just, I think, understand how wave management goes, because that's a big deal in top lane. Wave management. Big deal. I need to comment about his build too. Triforce. I am assuming he's going for Yumu's and not Death Stance. Standard Gangplank build. It's the aggressive mid-game classic Gangplank build. I don't think he's going to go for Infinity Edge this game. I'm going to assume he's going for Stairs Gauge. Wow.
죄송해요.
You got unlucky there. You notice how he's hugging the left side?
살려주라.
I think he might be dead here, but let's see what happened here. How did Fiora's healing thing proc? He stepped off of the wall. He stepped outside of the wall. You see, when you're against a Fiora and she ulties you,
죄송해요.
wherever her vital is, like he was standing over here, he was hugging the left side because he doesn't want her to hit the left vital, because if she does, if she hits all vitals, she enables her healing, right? So I'm assuming he was sitting to the left side, obviously, to stop her from hitting that left vital. Problem is that shit already procced. If it didn't proc, he would have been able to outplay her really hard right there. I think he just got unlucky. The rise. What's that, 0 distance flash?
살려주라.
Jesus.
살려주세요.
He's gone. Poor guy. Poor guy. He got the tower though. We can give him that. Teleport
God.
bot lane.
와우. 나 총.
Alright, so here's a little tip for you guys. After you've taken your lane, let's assuming you're winning the game as you are, as MangKi is right now. He won his top lane. He got the tower down first. As soon as that happens, it's a good idea to just run bot lane. Run bot lane, take bot lane tower, or mid lane tower. After you've taken your first tower, you probably don't even have to go back to top lane again. You don't have to keep farming. Though I don't think... Because the Korean style of Gangplank is more aggressive, they like finishing games out faster than other regions. They play the early game really well. They play very aggressively. So, after he's taken the top lane tower, he's not gonna... I don't assume he's gonna go top lane again. He's just gonna push in the other lanes. I mean, he's lucky his team is doing very well this game. So he's taken bot lane tower, and now he's just... picking up Clown Fiesta kills Orbital. The MangKi kill steal. He's just running around the place picking up kills. Standard. And when you go for this build of Gangplank, when you run Ninja Tabbies, and then start building the components towards the Yumus, your mid game, like right now, where he's at, his mid game level 10 beyond is very strong. He's only going to get even stronger once he hits level 13. Oh, the failed combo. Like I mentioned before, right? It's not only about Gangplank mechanics. He understands the game itself really well. Man, this guy's such a troll. Oh, is he playing a battle with the Rise? I think he is. Is that an SKT player? The Kog'Maw? Nice W. He doesn't have 40% CDR. Like I mentioned this earlier. Rune pages, he never takes CDR.
평타 보수.
Which allows him to build either a Maw of Malmortius, so he needs to get 40% CDR from his items. So he needs to elect for a Maw of Malmortius or a Sterix Gauge. Well, Sterix Gauge is not getting him the 10% CDR. He can go with a Spirit Visage too, to gap out his 40%. Doesn't necessarily have to do it, but 30% CDR is good enough for a Gangplank player. Let's see what he builds. I'm assuming the standard green Gangplank Sterix Gauge.
뭐가지?
The new improved Sterix Gauge for Gangplank. What he's gonna build.
아니 라위 갈 필요가 없어.
Oh, Sterix Gauge components. Alright. Alright, this dude is a huge fucking troll. What the hell? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Never before seen.
헨젤과 그레텔.
Best Korean Gangplank player. Got the 6-part Gangplank combo.
너 따라와.
And there it is. And there it is. Best Gangplank KR, ladies and gentlemen. I think this game's in the bag for him right now. He knows that as well. He's so far ahead. He is so far ahead.
미안해.
This guy's a BM master. Oh, there. That's what you get for BMing, dude. That's what you get. He still believes his game's in the bag, though. 10-3-4. He spiked pretty fast. I don't think the enemy team has any towers. Man, I wish we could see the mini map. Is he going for an IE? For the VF sword? Or is he going for Guardian's Angel? Guardian's Angel could work this game. It's against a Bureau Lee Sin. Could work, but I'm assuming he's going for IE.
와 존나 세 보여. 아 씨, 너 저로 가네.
Tiny tip for you right here. If you drop a barrel, if you drop a level 13 beyond, if you drop an E, that's further than your Q range. If you drop an E further than your Q range, just drop an E at max range and Q it immediately. And you just walk up and it'll be instant detonation. You don't really have to time anything. This game is in the bag. There we go. GGWP, baby. That's it. That's how it goes, man. MangKi, did he do anything extraordinarily? What did I expect of that game? I expected to see a lot better Gangplank specific mechanics, you know? I expected to see... He failed at one part once. And did a few weird ass barrels. And for the best player in Korea, I think that just goes to show it's not about mechanics. It's not about specific mechanics, really. It's about how you understand your lane, your opponent, and the game itself. For this specific game, his wave management was really great. And he was good at seeking opportunities with his with the outplay on Fiora. Like, for one, I would have played that lane really passively. Personally, I would have played that passively with, I wouldn't have taken Corrupting Pot start, I would have taken a Sapphire Crystal. And so what I can learn from him is that, first of all, I don't need to take 10% cooldown reduction and runes. Sometimes just going full out defensive is great. Because the 10% cooldown reduction runes, you usually give up a part of your early game. And so what I can learn from him is... What we can all learn from him is... A key takeaway, don't farm. If you want to play aggressive Gangplank, like he did, Corrupting Pot, don't farm with your Q. Save your Q for the opponents, and maybe a few last hits. And understand how to manage the wave. And drop barrels on top of your melee creeps, especially in the early parts of the laning phase. Drop barrels on your melee creeps to zone out the enemy. I didn't see him warding. I really did not see him warding that game at all. That is very interesting. He barely warded. He bought a Corrupting Pot. He bought a red trinket, a red ward, pink ward. He bought a pink ward, or I don't know what the hell the new ward is called, but he bought a pink ward. And that was really about it. Apart from that, he didn't ward as much as I thought he would, and he didn't play defensive. He really just played, but he saved all of his Qs for the enemy. He dropped his barrels on top of his melee creeps, zone out the enemy. That's something I'll already do. But he managed the wave well. And that's what top lane is about. It's mainly about managing the wave well. And it's not really just about mechanics and cool one-part combos, so I guess that's the biggest takeaway. That's the biggest takeaway.